In today's video, I'll be doing a no-nonsense showcase of Silas in the Vampire Legacies 2. Silas is 1800 Robux, and he's a little special. He spawns as an immortal psychic, but then when he is cured, or if he is cured, he becomes a witch, giving him access to 3 different set of abilities, psychic and immortal abilities as an immortal psychic, and then his unique witch abilities when he is cured. As an immortal, Silas has 700 health, 300 energy for his immortal attacks, 2000 psychic energy for his psychic attacks, which I'll get into a little passive about that later, and 400 thirst. Now, when he is cured, he actually goes down to 450 health, 250 energy, and his psychic stat and thirst is replaced with the 1700 magic stat. Here are Silas' outfits, the default. He has injured, ancient, disguise when he was being Stefan, true form, which actually shows up in a cinematic, his only cinematic move later in this video, and then finally the wedding one where he stole the immortal elixir and then became the immortal psychic Silas. Silas has 3 passives. He has a unique passive that he can regain psychic energy. Now, he does gain psychic energy if he is damaged, but he's the only one who can naturally regain it. Secondly, he cannot be compelled by any species. And thirdly, he is a true immortal, meaning the only way to kill him is to cure him and then to kill him in his witch state. Silas has 8 immortal abilities that are given to each immortal in the game as of right now, and 6 custom psychic abilities that only he can use. Silas's immortal skill set pretty much is that of a vampire without The Immortals have a custom ability, which is Lifted Throw, which they lift their target and then they throw them, doing a good chunk of damage, and is honestly pretty cool, especially with the ground slam effect. The Immortals drink blood is different, as you see, it shows their immortal face reveal, which can only be shown through the abilities, and they nicely drink from the wrist, which is very different from the Savage Vampire counterpart. A note is that you can only drink from people who do not have a vampire side, which kinda is weird since the next ability I'm going to show you I will do on a vampire and is pretty much the same thing. The final immortal ability, which is unique and an instant kill, is Drain Blood. As you see, it shows the immortal's true face and has these really cool blood effects. And your target must be under half health for it to work, and it will set their health to 0. You can do this to any species, but of course, if they are a vampire and or is immortal, they will of course just get back up. Now with all the immortal abilities out of the way, we can get to the very cool custom psychic abilities that Silas has. Firstly, he has a teleport, which as you see has this orb that tells you where to go. Short cooldown, and is pretty useful to get away and or just get around the map. Silas, as I mentioned earlier, has compulsion, and he can compel any species. And so now, I'm just going to show you what each compulsion can do. Silas has one unique compulsion that no one else in the game has, which is to take people's cures. As you see, I have a cure now, and now there is something in game which means you can only have one cure, like it's a system. So if you already have a cure in your inventory, they're down here actually in your inventory, and you try to compel another cure to yourself, it will not work. Silas can disguise with his psychic ability, which you might not have noticed, but right now I am Stefan. And so if I was to disguise, it doesn't matter how far you are from the person, you can click anyone in the server, which will be on this list, and disguise as them. If you want to return to the Silas morph you have, you would do what I just did, which is click Silas in the disguise menu. And it does not matter if they leave or they die, you'll keep the form no matter what until you decide to deselect it. As you can see, he is dead, and I'm still Stefan Salvatore. Silas can be a trickster, peer behind his victim, stab them. And as you can see, they basically have phantom pain. This is not real, it's a psychic illusion. And it does a lot of damage. Silas has one move that is cinematic, which is the illusion attack. So, enjoy.
I can make you see whatever I want you to see. Am I a disfigured monster?
That's the beauty of all this. You have no idea who I am.
Or how deep I am inside of your head.
The final psychic ability for Silas is Mass Compulsion. Each compulsion has a voice line custom to the compulsion, and so let's just get into it. The first compulsion is attack, but because I have one person, I can't actually click someone else to attack, so what it would do is you click on somebody out of a group who would say, attack this person, and they would all go around punching the person until they're dead.
Everybody faint. Nobody move. I want you to suffer.
Now, after showcasing all of his psychic and immortal powers, we will now cure him to become a witch. As you see, simply take the cure or be cured. It says immortality has been revoked, and he is turned into a normal witch with his witch abilities, in which he has 5 custom abilities, including Delphani Toan Core. His first ability is Incendium, which shoots fire off of his fingertips and lights his target on fire, as well as ragdolling them. Next is Volere Hasta, where he telekinetically throws a iron bar inside his victim, which as you see makes them bleed out on the floor. Pretty cool. If you cancel the ability though, unlike his Suffer command with his singular compulsion, it will stop damaging them. Silas, using his Traveler Knowledge and Power, can do Excrucia, which is a very advanced form of pain infliction. You just have to click the ability, and it'll actually just do the entire thing. It's pretty powerful, and just shows off, his power. He can melt people's organs using the spell Vetrum Liquidus, which makes them literally liquidate their organs and have them cough it up, as you can see. Does good damage, and is pretty cool to watch. Silas's final witch ability is Vis Ventorum, which causes a windstorm to happen around him. As you see, windstorm. Pretty cool. I love how all the effects come in, and it causes the victim to fly in the air. Just a reminder, Lizzie has 300 health and she is currently on 15. So it does a lot of damage with such a short-ish cooldown being only 80 seconds. Easily shows his powerful witchcraft. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. Stay tuned for the Amara showcase and a guide on how to get into Silas' tomb, all the steps, and how to find the spell.